What's up, vinyl community? It's your boy Chris coming at you live, as always, from the Man Cave. Wanted to take this time to do a contest video. I know for the longest amount of time I'd stepped away from contest videos because I just didn't want my entire channel to get dragged down by recent finds and contest videos. Which I know here lately, it's been a lot of recent finds videos, and I apologize, you guys, because I wanted this channel to be more informative, more informational, really, bring some knowledge and talk about some things that maybe not everybody knows. But man, I've been busy the last few months, and recent finds videos are easy and quick to do. They just are, and that's the best excuse I've got. But I'm going to get back into the swing of things. But anyway, I have to do this one though. My boy Steve Carlson, vinyl community Steve Carlson, just reached a major milestone, 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Steve. Cheers to you, my friend. I have to do this one because Steve's one of my favorite people that I've met since I've been in the vinyl community. He's always been incredibly nice to me. He's always commented on my videos. He's had nice things to say. He's had great feedback. And above all else, he's must-see TV for me on Sundays. Steve, even if I don't comment, I'll watch. Trust me, I'm all caught up on your videos. If I don't comment, it's usually because I'm sneaking off at work to watch your videos when I'm supposed to be making the man some money. Steve Carlson, the man. Steve wins. Anyway, so I always watch, buddy, and I always learn something new. Like, even if you're talking about an album I felt like I couldn't learn anything else about, I always learn something new, buddy. You are the professor to me. I love watching your channel, and when it was time for my 500 subscribers contest, you had a top 2 video for me. Like, I really went all the way down to right before I pushed play on my contest winner announcement video between you and Chris Has Suspense, and it was, man, anyway, that was tough. It's still tough. Anyway, the video made me laugh. It made me cry. It was great, and you're an awesome guy. And what kind of person would I be if I didn't return the favor and enter your 1,000 subscribers contest? Which, by the way, I got to admit, I was a little shocked, and I mean this is the best possible compliment. I thought you had more. And the reason I guess I say that is because I never look at anybody's subscriber count. I don't, even mine. When I came up on 500, I had a friend of mine that was texting me, being like, "Hey man, you're coming up on 500. You're going to do a contest?" And I was like, "Oh shit." And I looked and saw 496. Oh damn. I had no idea. It snuck up on me big time. But for me, if somebody was to tell me that vinyl community Steve Carlson had 50,000, it wouldn't shock me, because that would absolutely seem legit. It wouldn't be too many for you, buddy, because I could absolutely understand why 50,000 people would want to tune in and watch your Sunday educational videos, my friend. Cheers to you. Your channel is one of my absolute favorites, and you're one of my absolute favorite people in the vinyl community. Cheers. Anyway, for Steve, the basis of his contest was 5 go-to albums. 5 albums you always find yourself returning to. And he said, right out of Steve's mouth, the easiest contest you'll ever enter. And I can see how it is, and I can see how it could not be. And here's how. If you take it too seriously, like what's the 5 albums I've listened to the most over the last year? Or what's the 5 albums that I've listened to the most in my life? What's the 5 albums that I always go to when I'm in such a mood? If you go through all that, if you put yourself through all that shit, then it's probably difficult for you. But for me, I went with a simple criteria. I wanted to go to 5 albums I always find myself in the mood for, that I always find myself willing to listen to, always find myself enjoying, and I wanted to go with 5 albums that I haven't showed you guys 1,000 times. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you've been watching my channel, you know what I'm talking about. The Cooker, I Love Supreme, Saxophone Colossus. You guys know the ones I've showed you 1,000 times. I don't have to keep elaborating. If you follow my channel, you no doubt know which ones it is you've seen 1,000,000 times. So that's the criteria I went with. So without further ado, because I know Steve's going to have a lot of contest entry videos to watch, and I know that you guys are probably at work sneaking off to watch this video. Terrible people. Or that you just basically have shit to do, like I do. So anyway, without further ado, here are my 5 that I've chosen for Steve Carlson's 1,000 subscribers contest. First up, Bird in Hand, Donald Byrd. This, of course, is an original mono pressing because you guys know how I wag and wheel. And it's got Donald Byrd on the trumpet, Charlie Roos on the tenor, Pepper Adams on the baritone, Walter Davis Jr. on the keys, Sam Jones on the bass, and Art Taylor on the sticks. Guys, Donald Byrd's top 5 trumpeter of all time for me. Easy. Easy. Morgan, Brown, Byrd, Hubbard. Some others in the mix. And no, Miles is not in my top 5. Anyway. Sacrilege. Anyway. It's killer, and I'm always in the mood for it, and it's just like all of Byrd's albums have awesome album covers. I mean, look at the way they use the colors in this with the orange and the black. Byrd looks awesome as always. It's just, and it's epic, and the music is no less than epic as it always was for his entire stint on Blue Note and his entire stint in jazz. Period. I made sure my very first purchase, period, was from Noble Records, as I got the honor of having the first purchase. Was Byrd's Word on Savoy. I just love Donald Byrd. Would I say this is exactly necessarily my favorite Byrd album? I don't know. Probably not, but I'm always in the mood for this record. And it's phenomenal. And I highly recommend you get it into your life. You got to get it into your life. Next up. Do any of you watch my channel that aren't always in the mood for Thelonious Monk? Because if you're not always in the mood for Thelonious Monk, I don't know what to say to you unless you're just like a metal or punkhead or something. Anyway, Thelonius Alone in San Francisco, solo piano by Thelonious Monk, the great Thelonious Monk. Born in North Carolina, Thelonious Monk. So, a fellow Carolina boy like myself. Original mono pressing on Riverside. This is one of the ones when I had an opportunity to get this one, I just basically pissed myself. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. This, of course, is unaccompanied piano solos by the great Thelonious Monk, recorded in San Francisco, October 21st and 22nd of 1959. And this record is mind-blowingly good. It's spellbinding. It's just, for me, it's a must-have for a jazz collection. And you guys know I'm a beer guy, but I love to have a quiet house late at night when my ladies are asleep at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, have a good glass of bourbon, a good glass of single malt scotch, or even a good glass of red wine, and just sit here and just take this beautiful album in all the way through. It's highly recommended. If you don't have it, don't jump on it. Don't jump on it. Yeah, seriously, get it. I don't even know what you're still watching this video for. Get your ass in the car and go up the road to the record store. Buy a reissue. I don't care. You just need to hear this album. You need to. You need it. And no, this one's not for sale. This one's not for sale unless I could ever upgrade for cover condition, because the cover's not perfect. There's some old tape here. Yada, yada. You got me. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down. You feel me knocking. Next up, Horace Silver, for me, second greatest pianist in the history of jazz. I just got through talking about the guy I believe to be the best pianist in the history of jazz, Thelonious Monk. The one I'm talking about now, of course, is the legendary Horace Silver. And the album that I selected, I went through, there's so many. I'm like, I gotta have a silver record in this video. I just got to. The one I chose to roll with was 6 Pieces of Silver by the Horace Silver Quintet. This, of course, original mono pressing. Again, Donald Byrd on the trumpet. We've talked about him already. Hank Mobley, tenor sax. Horace Silver on the keys. Doug Watkins on the bass. And Louis Haynes on the drums. Guys, this freaking record is absolutely stellar in any shape or form. There are basically, Horace Silver never made a bad album. He never made a bad record. He never played on a bad record. Ever. Ever. And ever. Anyway, there are a good 10 to 15 albums by Horace Silver that if somebody was to tell me that one was their favorite, I would not argue with them. Because you can make a case for at least 10 to 15 as being your favorite. And I could think of a lot of good reasons why it would be. If you don't have this one, you got to get it into your life. The first contest I ever held on my channel was one of guests the VCLT gift that I was getting from my good buddy John Galdieri. And John, I hope you're watching, buddy, and I hope you're doing well. And I had a contest winner was Melinda Murphy, and Melinda, I know you're watching. You always are. Hey, how are you? Anyway, I wanted to put her a jazz album in the box. Because for those of you who subscribe to Melinda Murphy, you guys know her lane is, 60s, 70s, and 80s rock. That's her main lane. But she's got great taste in music, and she's very versatile and everything. So I wanted to throw her a jazz album in there, and I'm like, what jazz album can I throw in there that she just needs to have? And so I sent her a reissue of this one. And I know for a fact she's listened to it at least a couple times. So I hope you're enjoying it, Melinda. I just felt like you needed to have this one. It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful record. It's another late night, chilled out kind of record for me. And Horace Silver. What else can you say? Anybody who knows good jazz should know Horace Silver. You should know the name. Next up, I could have went many ways with this one. For me, my absolute favorite guitarist of all time is Grant Greene. Now, obviously, a lot of, rock heads or whatnot would, say sacrilege. You pick, Jimi Hendrix or Duane Allman or Jimmy Page or, Stevie Ray Vaughan or Eric Clapton and B.B. King, Albert King, and I wouldn't argue with any of those. But I can't say a damn one of those guys could play like Grant Greene. And the album that I picked to talk about in this particular selection was Feeling the Spirit. This album is interesting in the fact that it's got a lot of old spiritual numbers. Just a Closer Walk with Thee, Joshua Fit, Battle of Jericho, Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen, Go Down Moses, Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. Yeah, so you guys get the gist. Except for its instrumental jazz album, of course. And it is freaking killer, and there's never a time that I'm not in the mood for it. And I have gotten some outstanding and killer Grant Greene just this year. I got Grant's First Stand, original mono pressing not too long ago. I got original mono pressing of Idle Moments in the last week. I've had a great year for Grant Greene. Any of those I'll return to, obviously. But I always find myself in the mood for this one. Very chilled, very laid back. If you love guitar, and why would you not? Seriously. I highly recommend it. It's Grant Greene on the guitar, Herbie Hancock on the keys, Butch Warren on the bass, Billy Higgins on the sticks, and Garvin Massot on the tambourine. Killer album. Get yourself a copy. Reissue. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. Get yourself a copy of this album, guys. It's wonderful. Thank me later. Next up, the last album I've chosen as a 5 that I return to, go to often. For Vinyl Community, Steve Carlson. This here is Bobby Timmons. Guys, this album is freaking killer. It really is. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Bobby Timmons, and every time that I start getting people a little deeper into jazz, I always recommend this album. Especially if they're a big fan of pianist. Bobby Timmons is probably top 3 for me, behind Monk and Silver. And then it comes down to Timmons and Tyner, no doubt about it. But this record's freaking killer, guys. And for those of you who don't know Bobby Timmons, he composed Moanin' on the classic self-titled Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers album, which later, of course, became known as Moanin', even though it's nowhere on the original sleeve or jacket, kind of, sort of, like plenty of albums. White album. Anyway. But you guys get the gist. This, of course, original mono pressing, Riverside. Split out. It's a phenomenal album. Phenomenal listen, start to finish. There's never a time that I'm not in the mood for it. Because I know you guys. I mean, hell, why would you not want to know the personnel on a jazz record? Bobby Timmons on the keys, Sam Jones on the bass, and Jimmy Cobb on the sticks. New York, January 13th and 14th of 1960. It is freaking killer. Most of the compositions are Timmons originals. You got 9 tracks. You've got 5 Timmons originals, so that's awesome. But yeah, guys, if you don't know who Bobby Timmons is, seriously, get him into your life. Any Bobby Timmons record works. This is the best one. I don't think anybody would really dispute that, but you definitely need it. His contributions to jazz are very underrated, very underappreciated. He contributed so much in his limited amount of time on Earth. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Timmons died. In his early 30s. I want to say 32 or 33. I could be wrong. I've actually been prepping a Bobby Timmons video for my Tales from the Nightclub series for a while now, and that's going to happen soon. So you guys will hear more about the untimely demise of the great Bobby Timmons and his contributions to jazz. I look forward to doing it. But anyway, those are my 5 return to go-to albums for Steve Carlson. Vinyl Community, Steve Carlson's 1,000 subscribers contest. For you guys, if you follow me and you're watching this video and you don't follow Vinyl Community Steve Carlson, what are you waiting for? Seriously, get on over there, follow a great guy, a great friend, somebody who really knows what the hell he's talking about when it comes to music. Steve, I couldn't be happier for you, buddy. Congratulations on the 1,000 subscribers. And until next time, until next video, keep dropping that needle, you guys.